Because you're cool with it.
Yep.
You've passed the first test.
Zach, with your tank build, was the intention to be more of a frontline fighter or more of like a midline fighter?
It was kind of to be able to cycle between those. I kind of had the suspicion, and I was 100% right, that we weren't going to have any frontline fighters. So my thought was, you're not a...
You try to be.
You're a cleric.
You've got one now.
That's true.
Okay, maybe your character acts in a frontline fighter capability, but you do not make a good frontline fighter.
It's so true.
I will say, that feat I just sent you that I just found definitely would make it more useful.
That's true. Where's my phone?
I don't know where you're
There
from.
it is.
It's right over here. I bet.
Can you go in?
Yeah, so the idea was to basically be a gunslinger with, heavy a heavy armor proficiency and be able to be a little tankier, or at least harder to hit. Just to be able to not be quite as squishy as everybody else.
Oh, here comes Jordan.
Especially since the only tank we had was an Eidolon, and that's gone now. So.
Hi, Jordan.
Hey, Jordan.
Sorry about that. Got caught up a little bit.
It's okay. Justin, we're on episode 17.
Oh yeah.
We have been watching it every day.
It's hard not to power through Critical Role.
So cool.
Who's your favorite
character?
Your favorite character?
Okay, so I am torn between literally anything Ashley Johnson touches, I think is gold. She definitely plays the much more slow burn characters. And Yasha definitely didn't come into her own for a long time.
Yeah.
But also, Sam Riegel is a chaos god.
Yes.
And Nott is fucking amazing.
Yes, Nott is so great. Nott is fantastic. And I really like Liam, too.
As a person.
Liam chronically plays the angsty characters.
Yeah. I like Caleb, though. And I like Liam. I like the little jokes that he makes every once in a while. And they're like, did you just make a joke? And he's like, no. No, I didn't.
So Jordan and Noah, you guys have to devote your life to
Critical Role
and watch this.
Oh man!
It's like
honestly,
each episode is a solid 3 hours.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think I got
I've been watching through
something like 9 or
Acquisitions
10 episodes into season 2.
It's the same
and then
way, but it's like
happened. And then I got
two
super behind.
it, and
I need to pick it back up.
the great thing about it is you can put it on and do just about anything else,
Yeah, it's
and
true.
still get everything, which is really nice.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just like the Critical Role of the podcast so I can listen to it at work.
Oh,
Is it like the same thing? Just
So they take the episode and they'll edit out like the break and all some of their intro, so like Sam's fucking golden advertisements.
Oh, that's the best part.
That is, especially when he fundamentally breaks Matt. Those are the best ones.
Yes.
They're cool. I think that's so clever.
Yeah.
All right. We're ready.
let's get this ball rolling.
Let's go.
Okay. So this is going to be a pretty short session, kind of an interim deal where we introduce some person, and just kind of get
So I can actually hear Jordan.
things moving in the next
Jordan, hold on.
direction.
Noah, reload. See if that
Reload? Okay.
Yeah, just hit refresh.
Oh, it's not. Yeah.
That explains why he was talking at the same time as Jordan.
Yeah, that would explain
I
that.
was like, why are they both talking at the same time?
Oh, you're not just being really quiet.
No, I literally couldn't hear you or see you.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
The joy of Roll20.
Yeah, maybe I kind of want to just switch over to a Discord server for chat.
Yeah.
If you guys can, if you guys want to if we don't have to do it, if you guys like are having trouble figuring it out, don't worry about it. But yeah, if you want to put it,
Voice quality is infinitely better.
that is true, and it doesn't cut out all the time.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is great for like webcam and video, but
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We could do Google Hangouts too. I've seen people do that.
Yeah, that's been, yeah.
Maybe we should. Here, we'll do an impromptu poll later. See what we think.
There we go. We'll do
Quick-
it later.
quick request, Jordan.
Yeah.
Could I have a character sheet, please?
Yes. Sorry, it was a little busier than I expected to be.
No worries.
Okay. Here.
Yeah, I managed to spend basically 5,500 gold pieces. So.
Gosh. Wow. You should talk to Justin about his.
Oh, what was it? I managed to stretch the starting funds because I crafted everything to be 3 times.
Oh.
Not to mention the rich parents and you took the two traits that give you like 9 million starting gold. And
Oh, I took the trait that gives you 900 gold to start in the trade.
Nice.
Rich parents.
Yeah.
That explains so much about her.
it really does.
I mean, she's from like a professional gunsmithing clan. Like everybody in her family makes ammunitions. Like that is their entire stick.
Yeah.
Just explains why she cares so much about stuff. That's all. She cares.
What?
She cares about stuff. Like she. Never. Like she did. I don't know.
Morals?
She brought up with.
All right.
Yeah.
So, let's. I guess let's start with a recap. Kind of tell everybody where everybody is, what's going on. So, last we left our heroes, they just returned from their first protracted mission. Lasted a little bit longer than anybody expected. So long, in fact, that the mayor sent a search party to go find you.
Oh.
And that search party happened to consist of your boss's ex-wife and her
One
crony.
of my boss's
Yeah,
ex-wife.
that's
One
right,
of.
that's right.
The third ex.
The third ex-wife. So there's at least 3.
I think the first and the third. Well, am I wrong?
No, I think it was just the third.
Okay.
But yeah, so you guys got carted back most of the way, and you don't really know what's going on. You've got a prisoner in tow, and you were ambushed by a group of ne'er-do-wells in a gulch. Lauren is doing less than okay.
He's got fast healing for a few minutes.
Yeah, he'll be all right. He'll get to town, but he's not exactly in high spirits.
Just walk it off.
I'm carrying a body over my shoulder.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you are.
You got one guy with a body over his shoulder, one guy tied to the back of a horse, and one guy who is essentially like just a block of Swiss cheese on a but he's still standing. Okay. Yeah, so you guys are going back. You don't know what the mayor wants with you yet, actually. That hadn't come out yet. But yeah, you're heading back to town?
Spinny, I owe you a drink. Let's go find the nearest saloon.
Hold up. Gizmark just kind of hold his hand up. He's like, I think you might want to stick around for this. I think there's something going on. We'll get drinks after.
Quick question to the GM. Did we find any pistols on those guys?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because someone may or may not have 2-weapon fighting now.
Oh, that's right. You just figured out the wonder of the gunslinger class.
going through, because we searched these guys pretty thoroughly. What quality are these guns?
That's what
I mean, they're not in great shape. They're just little cult armies, but they've been well used, taken care of, well used.
Taken care of by people who know what they're doing, like people who are like either have firearm training or have like military training, or taking care of people who just know how to take care of a gun but don't have any like training in it.
I mean, I wouldn't call them like experts, but these guys, like, they were seasoned bandits. You know, they knew what they were doing.
They have enough experience, but they don't have any formal training.
Yeah, they probably couldn't field strip it in 30 seconds, but they know the way around. Yeah, so...
Okay.
Yeah. Zach, I'm sorry, did I answer your question? I'm tired.
It did. So yeah, I actually have checked my inventory and I have the F&A model 1300s. And,
Oh, is that what it was?
And
Yeah,
the
that's
Colt
right.
Armada. I'm just trying to dig up that. It should be in Google Docs, right? Where you have all those.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I actually have it right here.
I just got it going.
Okay. Cool. Let's see here. So yeah, while you guys are, yeah, because I think everything got written down, right? Last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we're moving on, I guess. When you roll into town, things are a little different than when you last left. So I don't know if anybody remembers, but your characters, like, it wasn't that long ago in game time. While you guys were leaving, there were all these big black covered wagons rolling into town. And they were like all black. It's like they had like black wheels, black spokes, black covers.
So
Everything
definitely
is black.
not shady.
What was that?
Definitely not shady, full of like contraband or weapons
No.
or valuable items.
When you get back, you notice that all of those covered wagons have stopped in the middle of town and they're making a little ring. Kind of, just like a typical wagon parade.
We're like in the middle of town.
Yeah, like in the town. It's like in the town center. There's not really a town square, but yeah, like right outside the town hall, and they're just like, and that's the direction you're going. And so you see it from far off, but as you get closer and closer, you notice like there's just this mass of able-bodied young men and women just like unrolling like huge tents and setting things up, and they've all got pretty nice armor on.
Does this strike me, or does this seem like a military encampment or a mercenary encampment, or?
Give me. Forgive me. Where exactly is Spinthrift from? Because she's from.
Spinthrift is from the Glade Lands in one of the like medium-sized, bigger cities.
Yeah.
But like her whole, she's been onto like family trips to like demonstrate new munitions and like.
Yeah. So she's been around a little bit.
The majority of their income is military contracts, so it's not like she's never been to a military encampment. It's like she could have set up one, but she knows what it looks like.
Yeah. Okay, then you recognize these. These are classic Adaran army uniforms.
Oh.
Like total like rigs and specs. Like the buttons are all polished. You know, the little hat's just at the right angle on everybody. I mean, the Adarans, they're sticklers for the rules. You know,
Adarans are the human one, right?
Yeah, mostly.
Well, quote unquote.
Yeah. They're definitely more human than the Glades would be, but
for the perspective of someone from the Glades, it's the human one.
Pretty much. Pretty much, yeah. And they're just running around, setting things up. Very well regimented. And then you see, like, right as you guys roll up, like, you start getting right into the, like, you're about to breach this little ring of wagons, and all of a sudden, this huge, like, bell rings, and, like, everyone starts shouting, and it almost seems like there's something, like, really dark and important going on, like, there's about to be some huge battle, and then you hear someone shout, "Tea time! Tea time!"
Nice.
And, of course, they all, like, get around their tables, and just very orderly, they sit there and wait for the little hot water. And, yeah, so that's what you walk up on. And Gizmark is kind of just, like, strutting through this, wondering, you know, like, you can see on his face, he's just not really sure exactly what to think.
Alakarr looks at you. They're having a drink. Can we have a drink now, please?
You guys are going to give me 5 minutes, okay?
5 minutes.
5 minutes.
And I pull out my, like, sundial. No, I don't know what I've got. I got nothing.
Okay, yeah. So you guys get a little recess. So you can do what you wish. If you give me just a second, I'm gonna go.
So
grab
wait.
something.
Yes, we're allowed to go drink?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yes! Spinny!
There are a couple different bars
Spinny,
described in the.
Come here, Spinny.
I'll be back in just a second.
I put my hand, like, on your head, shoulder area, because you're really short.
I'm 2'9". I'm tiny.
Will you love me that?
Oh, hold on. Let me.
Just love her. Let's go get that drink.
I'm going to go with you. Your first successful combat needs proper celebration. Yes.
I could use a drink. Yeah.
Don't worry. You are with friends now.
That's right. And she's like this entire time has been like reworking all of her guns. Has been like repacking everything.
Yeah.
Like she's been reorganizing her just absolutely insane amount of bags that she has.
I'm gonna say I'll meet you there in a moment. Just let me go put this body in the office. I'm gonna go do that real quick.
Probably a good idea.
And I shove it under my desk.
When you walk away, Spinthrift to you. That one is very strange. I am not sure how to feel about the taking of the bodies.
I mean, on a very personal level, it scares me a lot. But also, I guess it's not much different than just robbing them once they're dead.
I suppose that is true. At that point, it is just meat, right?
That is deeply disturbing.
Well.
And like, she's
Welcome to the Wild
shaking.
West. I return.
I don't mean to frighten you, but sometimes people from the north, we have life there is harsh, makes harsh people.
You ate people?
No.
I didn't say that. I wasn't there. I'm still coming back. I'm still coming back.
Let me. We didn't eat people.
That didn't even cross my mind as a possibility. Why is that something you felt like you needed to clarify?
I heard the small voice in the back of my head that said something about it. I figured I would maybe. I see that I have made this conversation worse. I am sorry.
At that moment, Alakarr returns.
Don't panic, little one. You are fine. You are safe.
All right, Spinny. What do you drink?
I mean, tea mostly, coffee if I'm feeling kind of adventurous.
We're gonna step it up for you today. It's a special day.
Okay.
Jordan's not here, but I'm assuming we're in the saloon.
I'm sure that there's a bar of
And
some
there's
kind.
like a bartender, and I like wave him over and like whisper in his ear what to get. And he brings back 3
At
cups.
this point, Spinny has pulled the hose from her hydration backpack, which is an actual in-canon item that you can buy.
No!
So you have a camelback.
Just a camelback.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
And it's just like drinking water.
Spinny, today you became a woman. Drink this.
I became a woman on my 25th birthday, like every other gnome.
But today you killed, and that is a celebration. Drink.
All right.
There's so much wrong with that statement. I will, with my all like 25 pounds of mass, take whatever shot you just gave me.
Some horrible things have happened.
Mostly just talking.
Jordan, what's the most toxic alcoholic beverage in this saloon?
In the saloon, where'd you go?
We went to a saloon. You were
Which is
gone.
the closest saloon that would.
The closest saloon?
Like a shot. That would someone have to make like a fortitude save on? That'd be cool.
At this place, there's probably nothing like that. You guys are in the nicer part of town.
Well, whatever it is, it was the best thing.
Alright. We'll call it. So you're looking for just like the grossest thing?
No, though the best, the strongest.
Strongest.
Like
Oh, strongest.
straight
Best.
up tequila, whiskey,
Like
something.
Elven absinthe or dwarven fire.
Yeah.
You know, which I
Burn
guess
Yeah, okay, I
all the
get
way
it.
down.
Okay.
kind of drink.
So strongest is probably going to be the.
Celebration.
They've got something they refer to only as the rot.
Oh boy.
Nice.
Literal rot guy.
Only if it's really, really alcoholic.
Yeah.
You're not sure what exactly it is.
It needs to be alcoholic.
And there's really not a strong indication anyway. It doesn't look as bad as they're saying it is. It looks like they kind of play it up. Like, oh yeah, it looks like this is like a nicer establishment's version of like what they think that they serve, like, you know, across the street from like the prison. Essentially, it's like they went out of their way to make it look gross, but it's really not that bad.
Okay, well, when I drink mine, I'm just gonna like, this is garbage. This isn't even strong.
Do you want it stronger?
Yes. With my menacing drow eyes. Yes.
Fine. That'll be 2 copper extra.
You are not good at this.
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
At what?
You just tried to make the price lower and it got higher.
She comes back. So the bartender comes back, and she's got your glass.
Oh.
Except you notice that it's like, it used to be like a pretty dark brown color, And now it's like noticeably lighter. Like it looks like she just tipped half of it out and put something else in it.
I take a drink.
How familiar are you with Everclear?
Alakarr or Jessica? 0.
Yeah, it kicks you right in the teeth.
This is the good stuff. And I put 2 more copper and say 1 for this gal.
Who is like just sipping at the shot glass you've already given her.
Spinny, no, not that one.
Dimitrii's gonna order something strong, probably. I don't think.
Strong, northern, and clear.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right.
He goes up to the bartender. Hello, do you have any vodka?
I mean,
Vodka, do you have any?
Vodka.
this is a church. Yeah, we've got vodka.
Okay.
Oh!
Don't you have a god of drunken debauchery in your pantheon?
Okay, listen. That's a different kind of church.
Wait, is vodka
That church. This
more
actually.
powerful than Everclear?
And then you look,
I don't know.
and
what
you
it
realize
is.
that wasn't entirely a true statement because on the wall there's like the certified brand of like the god of drink. Like, this isn't necessarily a church, but it is a qualified worship house. They have their paperwork.
I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Vodka?
No.
Oh!
I think it's going to be a minor god. I don't think there's anyone specifically.
Oh yeah, I don't see one that's amazing.
Yeah.
Did they come back with Spinny's drink yet?
Yeah.
You want
It's sitting there.
Oh.
Spinny. This is yours.
Okay. So a shot glass, even in the hands of a toddler, is still pretty big.
Yeah.
You're just sitting there like this.
And gnomes lack the magical resistances that most races have.
I know, I'm so excited!
I'm not a hobbit. I'm not a dwarf.
No, Spinthrift, you have
You're
to drink
screwed,
the
man.
whole thing at once, like this.
Tip it into her mouth?
It's just like all over her face.
I'm also only 25 pounds, so
Dude, Spinthrift is gonna be like.
Best
this will
thing ever.
fuck me up.
What is it? You're drinking the thing that Alakarr had, aren't you?
Yes, that's what she ordered me, and I was too afraid to say no.
I know.
I don't know how to break this to you, but I'm gonna need you to make a new character.
No!
No.
Okay, I got a couple backups. I got some questions on the
No,
Dweir
you're good.
race
Oh my
and
gosh,
your
Jordan,
thoughts
I was gonna
on the.
kill Spinny!
No, you're good. They've got like
if I
properly
did-
sized glasses for everybody.
If I did kill you, Justin, I would reanimate you.
Oh, geez.
And you're gonna be the same person. Great.
It's at this
I'm
point
assuming I need a fortitude check to see how smashed I get, though.
Yeah, we'll make it like a DC 32 or somewhere around there. I mean, how much of this are you drinking?
I mean, I'm sipping it, honestly, until, oh, I just forgot.
Dimitrii tips it.
Okay, if you're sipping,
There
then
we
it's
go.
not a huge
Tell
deal.
Dimitrii to tip it up.
Just
And
a
even
little
that-
bit. I'm
if
not,
Now my-
The tip up?
just
Yeah.
a little bit. No, I'm not like trying to, force feed it. I just like a little tip up to make more of it go in.
Just encouragement.
Yeah,
Or, like,
a little
take a
nudge. A little
Actually,
nudge.
Yeah,
This is peer
wow.
pressure at its finest.
yeah. You look, smell, and feel like an entirely new gnome now. I'm not sure what that means, but that's up to you. It's at this point that you see Gizmark walk in, and he looks very confused and frustrated. And he just kind of sits down next to you guys. And he like looks at the bartender. He says like, I'll have my usual. And she says, anything for you, Lauren. When's that alimony check coming?
No!
Is he sitting next to us?
Yeah, he is.
Is this
I just-
number?
I'm just gonna give him a look. So is that number 1 or number 2 or number 4?
7 and 8.
Oh,
7 and 8.
my friend, you may need to rethink your approach to relationships.
So great.
Not sure how it works over here, but usually that is not so common. Where I come from.
Well, you live a lot less.
I did a lot.
Well, not that much less.
Trust me, it makes a difference.
Lauren's a dwarf, right?
No, he's a gnome. Or a halfling,
Halfling.
excuse me.
Yo,
Yeah. No, I
It's
can't.
only like a few decades more.
Oh, I totally.
Yeah, it's really not much. You can tell it's kind of a half-hearted excuse.
Well, I give him a little with the vodka and just drink some more. Like, I'll let that be the end of the conversation.
Okay.
Quick question, Jordan. I
Mhm.
believe we found some potion of cure moderate wounds from those guys too.
Yes. Yes, you did.
What
I think it was
caster level are those?
You have to
Potions
be
are made at their lowest possible casting.
Yeah, I think it's 5th, right?
So whatever the spell level is.
It's 3rd or 5th. I don't remember which.
I think because usually cure light wounds is 3rd, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna guess 5th.
Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. If it's different, I'll tell you. Let me look it up real quick. But yeah, so Gizmark's gonna see the merriment, and his drink comes. He's still, by the way, like kind of bleeding a little bit. It doesn't seem to bother him anymore. And he just like holds up his glass, and it looks kind of like whatever Alakarr and Spinthrift have, except without whatever the brown stuff was. Alright. So this seems like as good a time as any.
Wait. I have a question for you before we jump into that.
Yeah.
If you put your drink on a tab, are you putting the alimony on the tab as well?
What do you think the alimony is?
Business? Okay.
It's only a few thousand a month.
A few thousands. Copper?
Silver?
Silver?
Yeah.
Gold? Platinum?
Not platinum, don't be ridiculous.
Well, you said several thousand. That's a lot of money, however you cut it.
I mean,
Not if it's copper.
Thank you, Spindrift. How are you feeling?
I can't feel my face.
That is good. That means it is working.
yeah, she needs this right now.
He's gonna,
Yes, she does.
He's gonna
She
give you.
does.
Dimitri's gonna give you like a slap on the back that maybe is a little, like is lighter than he would give to someone who wasn't a gnome, but still maybe a little too heavy for someone who only weighs 25 pounds.
That's probably fair. How good are these stools for gnomes?
What?
How good are these stools for gnomes? Are they?
They're alright.
All right.
And Gizmark's just gonna kind of look at you, holds up his glass, like, good. This is where we start dealing with pain. And then he just drinks.
So what did the mayor have to say?
Haven't talked to him yet. I was just arguing outside with those soldiers. They wanted to know what we were doing.
Oh,
But while we're here, part of the part of the job is that everybody's going to get a special assignment. I think I explained that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, yes,
So-
yes, that.
Yes. So, we did have a few more positions to fill. It looks like you get a little bit more of a choice. But I think I know what I want everybody to be doing in their off time.
That is.
Well, first I'm going to ask you what you think you should be doing. You do have a 1% say, I will remind you.
Oh, 1% say, that is very generous.
Does this include stock options?
This is something different. We'll talk about stock options later. This,
I'd like
by
to
the-
say, at this point, Spinthrift is half listening. She's got a piece of parchment out on the table while she is drunkenly sketching out an itemized expense report for all the equipment she used in this last mission.
Jeez.
Well, is it marketing?
All right.
Jordan, can you remind us what the
Yeah, I was just about to. So here's the deal. We need a project manager. We need an equipment maintenance and operator. We need a social outreach person.
Oh, that's
We need
me.
marketing,
That's me. Social outreach.
and we also need.
Oh, okay, are you
Somebody
sure that
took
this
over
best
the job.
fit?
I didn't hear that last one, Jordan.
HR.
Under my desk.
Well, I mean, he's not following you anywhere right now, is he?
Not yet.
Now that I think about it, in the Pathfinder D&D world, HR is kind of racist, isn't it?
What?
It is human resources, technically. I think it would be personnel.
Yeah, person. Yeah, we'll just call it personnel. All right. So, what does everybody think?
Well, the obvious choice for me is equipment. I can't feel my tongue. Equipment manager.
You're making a great case for yourself. What else are we thinking?
Social outreach.
You sure about that?
I suppose that I would feel comfortable doing project manager if it is required.
Okay. Okay. And then he kind of pulls this bag off of his back. He puts the clipboard in it. Then he thinks a little bit better of it, takes it out, looks at it a little bit. And he puts it back in. And he pulls out 3 items. He pulls out 1, a large book. He pulls out a necklace with the Gizmark Expeditions logo on it. And he pulls out this odd-looking device. It seems like it's just a sheaf of papers arranged in like a big circle. All right. Spinthrift. I think this book might be a little bit too big for you, but here you go. Congratulations, you're the new equipment maintenance operator.
I mean, I'm technically already encumbered, so like, I physically do not have enough strength to carry any of the stuff I own.
I'll hold on to it for Spinny while she's enjoying this night.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Okay, so essentially you have now gained the Big Book of Gears, and you get a +2 to any knowledge engineering check when you have it.
Okay.
Ye olde big book o' gears.
Yeah. Give me just a second.
Book of Gears. Let's do to
Perhaps,
engineering.
perhaps they have a bridged version that is smaller.
You'd think so.
We'll call it the slightly less big Book of Gears.
Mini gears.
Yes, the Book of Mini Gears.
Okay. So he looks at Alakarr and he just kind of slides this device over the table. You've never seen anything like it. Okay. This is now yours. You're the social outreach.
Yes!
So this is what we call the Rolodex.
The Rolodex.
What does it do?
Well, it's an intensely powerful magical device that allows you to flip through a list of contacts very quickly and efficiently.
I know. We got them at school.
So essentially what that means...
Does it hurt anything?
I mean, I'm sure it could.
You're not supposed to hurt people.
Does it do anything magical?
Well, I consider friendship the real magic, so in that way, yes.
Okay, Dumbledore.
So essentially, it once per game, you can use this to find somebody who can help you in a situation.
once per session.
Yeah, once per session.
Once per session.
Quick question we need to decide now. In the event that I ever kill somebody with magical abilities like a wizard, are they still able to then use their abilities when
They are allowed to if they keep if the undead template allows them to keep class skills and their mental stats.
Yeah, you have to. I think there's special ways that you would have to turn them.
Okay, I start looking through for those hopeful people.
Oh, jeez.
I'm trying to amass a wizard army.
I'm the outreach, okay? We need followers now! Let me do my job. I have one job.
And then
What you're saying is that you literally just gave Alakarr Facebook.
pretty much. No, I mean it's just straight up a Rolodex.
Face Rolodex.
It's just actually a Rolodex. The's nothing special or magical about it.
It's just got a lot of local contacts.
Yep, it's just a loaded, fully set up Rolodex.
I just start reading through something.
Yeah. Okay, and then he hands you a very fancy-looking necklace. Okay. This is our most important-looking brooch.
Does it look, is it actually important? Is it actually important looking, or does it look kind of cheap?
You can make me an appraisal check.
Oh my goodness.
I'd like to also make an appraisal check.
On the
In
things
your
that I'm
drunken
holding?
state, no, what I'm holding.
Oh, on what he's holding?
Okay, that's not the worst.
That's Dimitrii.
Oh, yeah, I gotta re-roll that, actually, because it's under the wrong name. Let me redo that.
Whatever.
Okay.
Gonna make it worse.
For kicks and giggles.
You're gonna
No!
make it
It
worse.
was way better!
Oh, okay.
Alright, so 8.
Well, it's because yours benefits better than mine.
No, I only get +2.
What difference does it make?
No, it's just.
The only-
I was rolling.
The only thing
from
that seems to be worth anything about it is that it's actually got some sort of enchantment on it.
Oh.
And
Let me kill you. Reanimate you.
so this allows you,
Okay.
with this brooch, once per day, you can give one of your compatriots a +1 to a saving throw. Excuse me. It can be you as well.
Okay. So once per day, a +1 and a saving throw. Do I have to choose that before the saving throw is made, or can I do it after?
Like, what do you mean? Oh, it'll have to be before.
Okay.
Yeah. So you'll just say like, we'll say it's a free action. You shout something encouraging at them.
You can do it.
Q3's already looking better.
I believe in you. I don't believe in them. You got this. They don't have a chance. So what? This is very important brooch.
Actually, it's just called the important looking brooch.
Sorry. My bad. My bad. How do you spell brooch? No, that's brioche. That's not right.
Brooche.
I think it's just BROOCH.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
Oh yeah. See, yeah, it was the E that was throwing me off. Important looking.
Okay.
Looking. Whoa.
It's at this point that the door flaps open again. You know, the classic saloon door, skirts open, and you see a familiar face enter. Well, actually, you see a familiar, like, dyed red wig enter.
Oh, great.
No.
And
This one again.
what?
This one again.
It's correct.
It's you recognize it as Lauren's beleaguered assistant Peg.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was the third ex-wife, whatever her freaking name is.
She's got platinum blonde white hair.
Yeah, it's just straight up white.
Okay.
Yeah, now you're safe.
She's a classic drow.
Cyberly. Oh, right, she's drow. I forgot that.
Yeah. And behind her, you see something kind of like, you see someone shuffling behind. And Peg just kind of stands there with her hands on her hips, and she looks at all of you. I never. You're supposed to be on the job. The mayor is looking for you. And I was there to meet you with our new hire. It's been 2 days, Lauren. Where have you been?
We were killing people for money.
Can you not see he is drinking his sorrows away?
I know. That's the problem.
I fail to see what the problem is.
Well,
This is necessary.
you should look in Lauren's trash can.
This
You
is
figure out what the problem was real fast.
what?
I said you should look in Lauren's trash can and you figure out what the problem was.
Oh, you are
It's just-
saying he drinks too much. That is what you are saying. I'm getting it now. I understand what you are saying.
You
Lauren,
get my jokes.
Lauren, you need to stop drinking. Let us go.
Anyway, here's the new guy. Kerrek.
What's he look like?
So, a white-furred, 3'10" rat with a grayed snout and red eyes in actually kind of uncharacteristically noble attire.
Oh.
Like a suit? Because this is like Wild West, so we're like up to the
Like, some of us, he's one of the best dressed individuals in the town, for sure.
Yeah, you see when Pig kind of like gestures at Kerrek, you see Lauren's like Gizmark's mouth just kind of drops open, and he just Kerrek.
I put my hand on Spinny's shoulder and step like a tiny bit forward, sort of defensively, but like unsure if that's like the friendship thing to do.
Oh, he's fine, guys. But
She gave me my
Kerrek.
handshake, remember?
Oh, true, right? You're right. You guys are like eternal best friends.
You had the first handshake moment, so I I'm putting my heart out there to be a friend to her.
You know we're not like a roving band of tailors, right?
Well, of course.
I mean, like I appreciate the help, man, but I mean, unless you're really good with those needles in a way I didn't know you could be. Like, we contract all of our uniform work out.
You'd be surprised the skills the tailor picks up in his line of work.
I hope so.
Wait, we get uniforms?
I mean,
that's the thing that she notices.
according to my tax assessor, these are all uniforms.
Does that mean we're getting compensated for our clothes? Because this one's got a hole in it.
We'll talk later.
I can probably fix that for you.
So, you're a tailor.
The best.
But do you shoot? Do you cast spells? Are you sneaky?
Have you ever killed a man?
It's,
Define a man.
have you
Or
ever
a woman?
have you ever killed a sentient being?
Most people in this town have killed.
That is not answering the question.
It's also not untrue. Minnie had her first today.
I mean,
Or 2 days ago.
Stop reminding her. I think she was getting close to
She
forgetting.
feels great. Look at her.
Look over at Spinthrift.
she's like smiling but crying.
Into her expense report.
See, I told you not to bring it up.
Oh no. Well, this is the crew.
Just know that looks can be deceiving.
Oh, I'm
You're
sure
a rat.
that they can.
Kerrek,
I mean,
I hope
no
actions
one's
can be
gonna
deceiving too.
know.
I give him a knowing smile.
Sorry.
You think you know a guy. Alright.
We want
Well,
Ow. Oh, it hurts.
I mean, Peg, she just offered you the job. Like,
Alakarr, you are supposed to be social
I'm
outreach. You're not supposed to be insulting the new hires.
I'm just saying, when this goes south, we always knew there was a rat in the group. Not on me.
I apologize, Kerrek. Alakarr has some very deep emotional trauma that that he is yet to work through with an accredited therapist.
I need another drink.
yeah,
The perfect person for social outreach.
we're gonna have to talk about that. That's gonna be a meeting.
Don't you need a personnel?
Yeah, you're right. Well, Kerrek, obviously you've got some management experience.
A bit.
Here's the deal. Okay. We've got a couple clerical positions that need filled.
My sternum was hurting.
I mean, initially these were just going to be side jobs for whoever was actually going out, but you could be marketing and personnel. If you're not going on missions, then you'll have the time.
Who says I'm not going on missions?
Right now, me. Listen, I get it. You can fix me and him, but
I'd like to pull my jacket aside to reveal a vastly oversized handgun.
Are you wearing something under this jacket as well? Like,
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yeah. No.
It's flush.
Well, I'm not a rat, so what would you see anyways?
I don't know what race.
runs into CE bars, applies for a job. He's like,
What's under the clothes of an anthropomorphic rat?
More clothes, apparently.
Clothes, yes.
Well, he is seamstress. I mean tailor. My bad.
I prefer the term clothier, but
Do you
to each
guys,
their own.
does he have a tail?
He does have a tail.
Is it like wrapped up neatly, or is it like on the ground?
I have full control over it, so like whatever I feel like at the time.
Okay.
All right.
Well, this is the start of something.
So when you reveal the gun, Gizmark just kind of look at you, and then he kind of looks at the bartender. Dina, grab me that glass. And she comes back, glass in hand. He grabs it, kind of looks at it, looks at you. He tosses it over his shoulder and says, "Draw."
I'm assuming he's asking me to shoot the glass.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it.
Indoors.
Okay. It's over everybody's heads.
Okay. Have you already thrown it?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
Do I hit it?
Yeah, you hit it.
I like block Spinny with like a tuck and roll.
Yeah, as soon as there's a gun drawn, Dimitrii's like standing up and like reaching for his gun and like standing in the way.
Fully fallen out of my seat.
No, I'm jumping with you. You're going with me.
I'd like to imagine Spinthrift is just one of those situations where like the shot goes off and everybody's like quiet for a second and then she just goes, "Oh."
Starts clapping.
Oh. But yeah, you hit it and it just like explodes and essentially just
Can I
powers
make
thing.
an acrobatics check to see if I...
Serviceable enough for you?
I can live with that.
Yes, Spinny, you just fall out of your chair.
Alakarr like tries to catch you, but that's not happening.
I'm a little drunk too, apparently.
Oh boy.
I guess I'm not even trying to make an acrobatics check not to land on my ass.
Oh my gosh. So I don't know exactly how many like split lips and like twisted ankles we're getting here, but it's a lot.
We're already drunk.
Sorry, obviously they haven't learned how to drink their problems away properly yet.
Only laden down with like thousands of gold worth of dangerous alchemical reagents.
Oh, I just realized that. There's a small explosion behind you, but it's nothing serious.
Well, Lauren, this is all well and fine, but perhaps it is time we go and talk to the mayor.
I could not agree more.
What are the rest of like
I'm
the
gonna-
saloon?
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, they just like, yeah, this is normal.
Yeah, they're not bothered by it in the
10-foot
slightest.
tall rat man.
But in
No, he's
the
not super
time,
tall.
Or sorry,
He's like
6'10".
3'6", right?
I'm 3'10".
3'10".
Oh,
He's super short.
I heard 10.
He's
Yeah, no, I'm 10'3".
a rat man walks through the door.
Bangs his head on the
I
rafters.
was so confused.
No.
Yeah, but no, in the time it took for the like between the time that the gun got pulled and it hit the glass, like 3 other fights broke out. So they're people are entertained.
Nice party now.
I know. I was just about to say it. This is the nice part of town.
Yeah, this is the nice part of town.
It's
Those were
one of
like
us, I guess.
there's rules to these
Are
fights.
the bartenders doing
Yeah,
anything?
yeah. You won't die. You just won't wake up with any coin.
Are the bartenders doing anything, Jordan?
Yeah, I mean they're like moving around. Are you talking about like
Are
the?
they trying to stop the fights?
Yeah, they are. To an extent, they're like, hey, take it outside. You know,
Hey,
get
don't
off my
break any of
bar.
the furniture.
Yeah.
While they're doing
You're getting
that, can I try
you're
to
getting put in
steal?
the glasses.
Can I try to steal some, like, Everclear?
You're gonna try to steal their moonshine?
Yeah! While they're-
Okay, you can go for it.
Okay. Go to my...
Yeah.
Okay, actually, roll me a fortitude check real quick.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I should see how yeah.
Just look at, or do you want
No.
Well, that's not the worst
Hey, it's better
thing
than
in
it's
the world.
10.
What was that?
13.
13. Okay. Well, you don't feel drunk.
Great.
You are, but you don't feel drunk.
Not yet.
Oh, guys, I can keep going.
Okay. Let's see.
Do I
Dimitrii's-
steal it? Or...
Oh, yeah.
Now you gotta make your, let's call it sleight of hand. What the heck?
Crap, I need to put stuff in that.
Let's say you're at a -4.
Dang it.
Yeah,
It's 3.
that's going to be a big no.
As you grab the bottle and you just kind of hold it by the neck, it just slips straight through your hands and shatters on the floor.
I come back to my... Or I sit down and pretend like nothing happened.
Did we see that?
There were fights going on.
Yeah, but none of us are in the fight.
True.
Also, isn't Lauren's ex-wife literally standing in front of us?
Oh no, she walked off a little ways.
One of the ex-wives.
Yeah. I mean, there might be another. There are probably 2 more in here for all you know.
I mean, at this point, we could probably start an expedition company or 2 just with his ex-wives.
2. I'm sure like 8.
Okay, I'm gonna reach down and I'm just gonna pick up Spinthrift and like hold her under one arm. And,
All right,
and
let's-
walk out to go talk to the mayor.
I do have about 30 pounds worth of equipment on me.
How strong
That's-
are you? Yeah.
Before
I
you do,
actually have,
Strength.
I have actually pretty high strength for someone who
Gizmark-
doesn't need strength.
Gizmark's gonna hold up a hand, and he like calls out to Dina. He's like, "Okay, looks like we're going. Give me the special." And I'm gonna need one for each of these idiots.
What? I am
Actually-
perfectly fine.
2, yeah, we're gonna need 2. He kind of looks at Dimitrii. He's like, "Yeah, you're fine."
These other 2 just can't handle their liquor.
I am totally fine.
Spinthrift, can you feel this? And I'm just gonna like a light flick to the face.
Can you
What?
translate the alphabet backwards for me?
Can you walk in a straight line?
Yeah.
I think at this point, Spinthrift has degraded to exclusively speaking Gnomish.
Okay, and so Gizmark just hands you and Alakarr this like kind
Hey,
of
I can
glistening
understand Gnomish.
liquid.
Aw.
I can speak Gnomish.
Here, drink this. It'll make you more presentable.
I know a lot of other fancy stuff.
I do. Watch out. What is it?
What?
Wait, what'd you hand us?
It's like a glistening shot of something.
You're handing it to me and to who?
And to Spindrift.
Spinthrift, who I'm assuming is still like
Oh my God.
football carried in
Yeah.
Dimitrii's arm, and just been
Yeah, basically. But
Yeah.
but Gizmark, he's gonna kind of do it. He's like, he hands you this thing, and he's like, "Woo, shots! Let's go, guys!" Are you gonna take it?
I will sip at it like I sipped at my other shot.
You are instantly hit with an overwhelming sense of sobriety.
Oh my god, I killed a man today.
Man, this stuff isn't good at all. I need to take a drink of it. Poor Jordan.
I got me.
Look what you did, Lauren. You
I
made me
know. I'm
remember.
just looking at Lauren. Look what you've done. You've undone all of the hard work. Spindrift, it is okay. And I'm saying this in no
You didn't even have a
while-
chest. It was just a cavity.
Okay.
Spender, I'm saying this to you in Gnomish while I'm still just like holding you under my arm. It's okay. It is okay. It was your him, right?
We'll be.
Right.
In order for you to do good in this
That's
world,
right.
in order for you to do good in this world, you needed to stay alive.
All right.
That's
We're in shape for the mayor. We'll get in shape for the gods later.
Is there any?
How am I even going to look my mother in her eyes?
Is she taller than you?
At that point, Lauren just pulls out a flask of something and just taps it. There'll be more later. Okay, let's get moving.
There wasn't even a chest. It was just a
Cavity. That's so great.
Okay, so yeah, you meander your way through this like impromptu military camp, and everyone's kind of giving you the eyes, and they've all got like the stupid coats on, and they've all got like these guns strapped across their backs, and they've all got the little satchels, and they're all perfectly manicured, and just like moving around, setting up this enormous encampment.
What's the colors again?
It's they are. So it would be blue with gold trim.
Okay.
Yeah, and white as well, but white is for the officers, as far as you can tell.
I mean,
yeah,
Spinthrift.
you would know, yeah. White is for officers, but yeah. So you make your way through the crowd. They're kind of trying to like, it's not necessarily intimidate you guys, but they're like definitely sizing you up as you come through the camp. And eventually you push your way through the door.
They see a drow and a human and a halfling and a rat, and the human is carrying a gnome under his arm.
That's a good point.
A gnome who's got 2 backpacks, 5 satchels, and 3 bandoliers.
Oh, I'm holding your book and your.
Yeah, I'm
thing
carrying
still.
everything else.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
only holding the book. I'm literally holding everything
No,
else.
the book, and there were like 3 things.
No, it was just the book.
Did you get 3 things? Oh yeah.
It's 3
just the
items,
book.
one for
Yeah,
each of us.
the book and the Rolodex.
Oh yeah.
Book in one hand, Rolodex in the other.
No,
That reminds me-
Dead body shoved under her desk. Or
in
his
the
desk.
office, yes. I bark at them. Nothing to see here.
No, if you hadn't picked out, Jessica is playing a necromancer cleric. Just context there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
And
no,
you-
we're not just hijacking bodies for the fun of it.
Yeah.
She's hijacking bodies for the fun of it.
Exactly.
Gotta get those followers.
So you're yelling at the guards to
Yeah. They're
as
sizing us up.
we're walking past him, don't mind him. He is new to the job, social outreach, doesn't people's skills need some work still.
Shut up, Dimitrii.
So far, it's all been very stoic. Like they're definitely like
He's got anger issues.
kind of leery of strangers, but they're not really engaging.
Neither am I. Wait. I one up them in non-engagement.
This is like have you ever seen a flea circus before?
Okay.
Do I smell anything off about them?
Do you smell anything off about them?
Yeah.
Not beyond like the normal, gunpowder and sweat. Yeah.
Speaking of which, what quality guns do they have, and like what's their standard issue?
And what's the thread count of their uniforms?
So they're very nice. They're
Whoa.
the the regular regimented soldiers is just straight up wool. But you can see that the officers, it's like the nice 3,000 thread count Marquette cotton. That's like you've heard about it in trade magazines, but haven't seen it in real life. As far as like guns and stuff go, usually they would have Winterwhistle issue rifles. Like you guys are a major producer, but these ones don't look like yours. If you want to give me like a knowledge local or knowledge
I have
engineering.
both profession gunsmith, craft gunsmith, and craft alchemy.
I would guess profession would be the one to go with. Yeah, that's enough. You can see, like, you catch the butt of one of them, like, as one of the soldiers is walking by, and they've got that
It's
stamp.
rude to look at other people's butts.
You say that out loud as you're walking by?
They've definitely got the Zeph Neffler stamp.
Wow.
A lot of things. They're, yeah. Give me a second. I'll fill you in on the Zeph Nefflers.
Goddamn cheapskates. Who that's what they fucking are. Always underbidding our goddamn quality guns.
Is Spindrift saying this?
If I am, it's probably a gnomish, and more than likely not. He's not that rude.
I can understand gnomish, so...
Which is why she'd probably not say it. Speaking ill of the competition is poor sportsmanship.
I don't know, those Zeph Nefflers, they're kind of... Okay. So... You guys finally broach the doors of this town hall, and you see just utter pandemonium. Like, as much as the soldiers outside the doors are putting together a city, it's very organized and structured. Whatever Mayor Stimple's staff is doing right now, they're doing just as much work with about a tenth the workforce and no organizational structure whatsoever. It's essentially just aides running around with stacks of books and sheaves of papers, just like in a constant stream back and forth from a doorway in the back of the town hall. And there's just like papers fluttering in the air. There's shouting. There's like the slamming of cabinets. And all of a sudden, in the midst of this just utter chaos, somebody shouts, he's like, Gizmark! Where have you been? And this...
Did another wife?
No, actually. Husband this time. No, I'm joking.
Oh my goodness.
But no, you see a gnome, a male gnome, who's like dressed very, very nicely. Everything about him is like, it looks like it would be, leveled off, like to the square. But it's all kind of askew, and like the shirt's like one button more open than it normally would be, and the glasses are crooked. It's like the whole picture, and he just like comes storming up. He was like, "We've been looking for you all day. The mayor is in serious trouble, and you were gone. What took you so long?" Oh, you guys had a prisoner, didn't you?
Yeah, I was just wondering that. What did we do with him?
We can assume you dropped him off on your way to
town. A holding cell back at the office.
Or the sheriff's office.
Yeah, I'm thinking sheriff probably was the best bet.
Okay, we'll drop him off there, I guess.
Yeah. And so Gizmark just kind of looks around. He's like, "Well, everybody, here's Kern Tomney. He's the mayor's aide." And Kern just like, you can tell he's cursing internally, but he's too polite to do it externally.
He's a real gnome.
And he just like marches his way through this chaos. He's just like, come on.
I feel like when there was like this introduction that Spinthrift gave like a really formal like hello. Like I would assume Gnomish has like different versions of hi or nice to meet you, all at different levels of formality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, essentially.
Basically, they have like hundreds of versions of the same word.
Yeah. So you give him that, and he kind of looks very confusedly at you. Another gnome? Not this far.
Needed to see if there was a little bit more to life than what was in the Gladelands.
Is this in common or gnomish?
Gnomish.
I sure hope there is, because I'm about to jump off the roof of this town hall.
Oh, no, don't do that. We need your help. The mayor needs your help, right?
Yeah. He's not being serious.
Yeah, well, I said that in gnomish.
The gnome just kind of rolls his eyes. He's like, come on. We don't have time for this right now.
Spinthrift, I thought he would appreciate me talking in his language. He doesn't seem to like me very much.
I think it's more of a social pressure and his need to get his job done, less than an lack of appreciation for your understanding of our culture. By the way, your pronunciation of help, you need to add a little more enunciation on the last couple syllables.
Help.
Yes, that's closer.
Help. Help?
One more profit.
Well, I appreciate your help.
No. Now you're using it in the present past tense, and that's you need to use it in the active forward tense.
Confound this language. It is very complicated, very difficult to learn.
So you guys have this conversation as you meet whatever the fast version of a meander would be.
A mosey?
Yeah, something like that. But like the mosey you would do.
Not quite a swagger. It's a jaunt, maybe.
Yeah, but more haphazard than a jaunt.
Let's get on this 1 hour tangent of talking about the finer points of
Stroll.
Exactly.
Stroll. Ooh.
Yeah. So you guys make your way to the door,
So great.
and you notice there are 4 figures, very nicely dressed, very impressively regaled figures, standing outside the door, just at rapt attention.
Are these guys wearing black armor? They're soldiers.
They look like they're probably not the average rank and file. Like Spinthrift, these are definitely high-ranking officers.
Interesting.
Very high-ranking, the kind of officers.
What's the word for what's their sidearm? That's not quite the right word, but the arm the weapon you carry. That's not your main weapon, but officers.
The sidearm is the right word.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sidearm is the right word.
Yeah.
What kind of sidearms are they having?
It's the same deal, man.
Fucking Nefflers. They are the apple of guns.
They're the what?
The apple of guns.
The apple?
All polished and zero actual utility.
Oh my god. Justin's reading off a thing I sent. Essentially.
I was about to say, that sounded a little rehearsed.
That got me again.
It sounded like a practiced insult.
But yeah, they're all carrying the same make. Except you do see what you know to be a general carrying something that looks a little bit more quality, looks a little more elegant, like more care and attention was put into it.
It's a custom job.
Yeah, but it's a winter whistle gun for sure. Like,
Fuck yeah.
hands down, that thing would fire in rain, in sun, in snow, hail. Like,
I would hope it would fire in the sun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, they make it take like the postmaster's oath before it goes out the door. This thing is a piece of beauty and elegance and machinery. Like, most people.
Workshop it came out of?
Yeah, it's actually the one that like you were in the most.
Okay, so it came from the main clan's master craftsmen then.
Yep. It was the big. It's where all the really nice stuff comes out of. And so, yeah, like most people would go to like an art museum or like a palace. This is the gun you would go to if you wanted to study guns. And so yeah, that's the scene as you breach the door in the mayor's office, and it's just more chaos, and you see a very, very frustrated looking man. Well, he's a male half elf sitting behind this desk, and he's very rotund. He's wearing a vest, and he's got the sleeves rolled up. Usually the sleeves wouldn't be rolled up on the shirt underneath, but they are today. And there's papers strewn everywhere. And he just looks up and he says, "Oh, thank goodness. Finally someone who might fix this problem." And
We're waiting for you to talk to yourself.
yeah. I've almost thought about like writing scripts and just handing them off to everybody, having everybody play parts. But I don't know. Maybe we'll try it sometime. But anyway, so yeah, the mayor will explain that. No, I'll just I don't need to tell you what he says. I can just say it. You would not believe the day I've had. These soldiers come marching in here, fresh from Adara City. They think they're so great. And they come in here with a message from the king of Adara saying that they have the legal right to take over my town. And forget all our rules, forget all our government. They're in charge now.
Did the
Hardline question: What do the boundaries typically look like for what colonies or where?
Like as far as like
areas.
Are you talking like when you say
like?
Are you talking
like we're basically in the new world? And there's a whole like divvying up of the area.
Yeah, you guys are in Adaran territory.
Okay,
like solidly in Adaran territory.
Technically, okay.
Did the soldiers say why they were coming in here and taking over the town?
I guess they're getting really bent out of shape about losing all those guys in the last expeditionary forces.
And what happened to them?
We don't know. They never came back. Nobody.
Well, then how do they know something bad happened?
If there are no witnesses.
Because they were supposed to report back.
Oh. Maybe they found something they liked and they didn't want to leave.
I mean, you saw those guys out there.
Yeah.
They've got sticks so far up their butts they're coming out their noses.
I did notice that, yes.
Yeah, they're not the abandoned ship type.
Context-wise, are those high officials, like the general and all those, in the room with the mayor and us?
No.
Okay.
In fact, the door was closed rather unceremoniously by the gnome guy who led you out here.
what can we do to help you?
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I've got all these books. I've got all these papers. I've got, 4 law degrees, and it's not helping me for anything.
Why do you have 4 law degrees?
4 countries with different legal systems.
No, I mean, that was the 3rd one, but really what it comes down to is, you get 1 law degree to learn how to sue for your 2nd law degree, that kind of thing. So...
I'm going to look down at Spinthrift, who I assume I'm still carrying. Why do so many people in this place have extras of whatever they don't need? Extra law degrees, extra ex-wives. I do not understand this place. All in gnomish, by the way.
So that's good. But yeah, the mayor, yeah, he's gonna. I just can't find. I mean, there's no legal precedent. I came over here, or my grandparents came over here from the middle of nowhere, Adara. My parents forged their way across the dang country to settle in this dirt pile. And I raise it up into something nice, and it turns out nobody ever bothered to put in a clause that says they can't just take it back.
The closet. I thought you said closet.
Do you have you been required to pay national taxes for the town?
I mean, yeah, the assessors come over on the boats like every 5 years or whatever, and we have to present our books, and we have to give them a full account of what we've paid to the crown.
Okay.
I don't want to seem rude, but again, what is it that you want us to do?
Oh, look who has 5 law degrees all of a sudden. I want you to figure out what we can do to get these fools out of my town.
Pay them to get out of town? That works.
I don't think they're going to take a bribe. Plus,
Well, there seemed like a lot of them out there for us to just start shooting, so... Did you have a plan, or do we just have to figure it out?
Poison the town.
what?
If you want them out that bad, you could just poison all the water.
And he's just going to kind of look at Gizmark and like, who is this guy? Oh, that's Alakarr. He's our new social outreach.
I give a thumbs up and a weak attempt at a smile.
I imagine that it's like...
I know how to got
Like Arnold from Terminator, just...
handshakes I'm not good at.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, it just shows like my teeth.
Whatever. We're not going to poison the town.
Dimitrii?
Yes.
Fastest way.
Could you please put me down?
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry. You're so light. I'd quite forgotten I was holding you. Here.
Can you please
Put you down.
It's not too much trouble.
You know, those packs look like they weigh 3 times as much as you do.
Only twice as much. I've calculated it out. Slightly less now that I've used some of my items, some bullets, and...
Do you need us to carry some of those things for you?
See, it's this kind of quandary where, yes, it does impede my speed significantly, but also I am functionally useless without them.
Great. Here's your book.
Just throw it. You're just throwing it at her?
I'm not throwing it. I'm
Oh,
handing
okay.
it. I'm holding it. You can't see
Oh,
the camera angle. Here's your book.
Jordan,
how
I
much
have a question from a character concept standpoint, because I have my official titles within my clan on like, my levels of
I
competency.
like this character.
Do I have a certificate of that qualifications?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Fantastic.
The Winterwhistles are nothing if not thorough.
He wants everyone to die. This is just totally fine poison.
Spinthrift is going to be unreasonably forward.
Okay.
She'll just huff her breath a little bit. Under her breath, Dimitrii, you'll hear her kind of whisper, "Proactive defense," and just turn around and walk out the room.
I'm gonna
What?
go follow her.
Yes, keep a watch on her.
Yeah.
The mayor. At this point, the mayor just kind of stared open-jawed at what just transpired, and he just looks at Lauren like straight in the eyes. And is like, "How much do you pay for a walking comedy show?"
You heard of a flea circus? I'm not there.
As Alakar's leaving, have you ever heard of a flea circus?
Do I
The general. Is the general in the middle of a conversation with anybody right now?
No, he's very stoic. He looks very frustrated.
Okay. I'm going to walk up to him and say, "Hello, my name is Spinthrift Winterwhistle. I am a journeyman gunsmith and a munitioner of the Winterwhistle clan, gunsmithing clan. I happen to notice that you have a sidearm crafted by a master of the Winterwhistle armaments group by a master crafter. Due to our lifetime policy of repairs, purchased with a master crafted firearm, I am duty bound to inform you that I am a certified craftsman of the clan, and I am a current resident of the town. Should you need any services regarding to your firearm, I am obligated to provide those for free."
He just kind of like, he gives you this little half smile, and he looks around at everybody else. He's like, "And now do you see why I lobbied so hard for us to keep our contracts?"
Commitment
I
to
would
following
appreciate
the Winterwhistle clan ideal.
Well, ma'am, it is much appreciated, and it has been pulling a bit to the left.
That's probably a misalignment of your sights. I'd be happy to look at that for you.
Excellent. I'll be in contact soon.
Excellent. I am in residence at the Gizmark Expedition Company.
Oh. I've heard a little bit about that. What does it feel like to be on Team 3?
Team 3?
Is
I'm familiar with that reference as a player. And Spinthrift is going to pause and try and parse through that comment for a second and just say, "It has been a unique experience, and there has been some valuable lessons in gun maintenance and real-world applications that my education was lacking prior."
Can I walk up now?
I'd say, after the explosion last time.
Yes.
I'm
Tragedy.
just kind of hovering very awkwardly, clearly waiting for Spinny to be done with her conversation.
If I may ask a highly impertinent question,
Yes?
what the hell does a backwater town need this many of Adonis's finest?
Adonis's finest?
I don't remember.
Adara.
Adara. No,
Adara's
it's gonna be
finest.
a Parthenax paralysis situation.
I can't even remember the name of anything I come up with, let alone the name other people come up with.
You can check the map in the chat.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I forgot about the map.
There's a better map that Noah made. A significantly better map that wasn't made on an iPad in 2 hours. With zero appreciable skill.
Open link in your
I tried that.
Yeah, look at the. It's very nice.
Nice.
I don't know if
Incarnate?
Not incarnate, no.
Interesting.
Wonder Draft.
Okay.
Interesting.
I recently discovered Incarnate.
Where are
really
we?
Incarnate is cool.
We are in Leatherby.
We're in
Yes.
Leatherby.
Okay,
Oh,
so-
I was thinking this was like the U.S.
No.
Not even close.
Okay. So Spinthrift asked an impertinent question. Man, I don't know how much you know about the Crown's dealings in Illithon, but as of late we've had trouble breaching the lands beyond Marvelast, and it is my solemn duty to take this fine retinue of troops and attempt to forge ahead and find what resources we've already lost, and to discover what lies beyond the impenetrable barrier of sand and wind.
So it's a fair assessment that, if not all, a vast majority of your forces will be venturing forth from this town.
On a rotating basis. I mean, all of them will go out, but presumably there will be only a few thousand here at any one time.
Few thousand.
I mean, that's only a fraction of the 20 or 30 so thousand we plan on housing here, intermittently.
Are there plans for a permanent structure for your troops, or will a temporary encampment be your primary? You know what? It is too much of a personal nature question. Forget I asked.
I want to know.
No, it's not a problem. To be honest, we weren't entirely expecting to have to bring out the tents. We thought that subjects of the Empire would be more welcoming than they have been. It is quite disheartening.
I cannot speak to the continents of the locals. I am a Gladelands girl through and through. Quartering soldiers is our solemn duty in my homeland.
As it should be. He gives you a little smile.
I'm remaining remarkably quiet through this conversation.
I started going through the.
There hasn't been one angry outburst yet.
Going through the Rolodex, just waiting my turn to talk to Spinny.
I'm assuming
Do I have
already
a
been
card?
Huh?
Do I have business cards, Jordan?
That's entirely up to you.
Probably.
I feel like something she would have made.
Oh yeah,
Before she even got
invented the
hired,
business card.
she made it with her name and the template on it.
I'm gonna guess her first invention was a gun and her second invention was the business card.
Yes.
Technically, my first invention was the
Oh, the sight.
ignition round.
That's right. That's right.
I don't do guns. Well, I do guns. I just prefer the ammunition.
That's right.
Alright, so then I will hand the general my business card. I will give a very formal bow as per Gladelands customs, and then I will head back into the mayor's office.
Okay.
Spinny, wait.
Yes, Alakarr?
What did you mean by proactive defense?
Do you speak Gnomish?
Oh, no, I don't. Why did you run out for no reason?
Well, a couple things. Hold on, give me a second. That was a lot of talking. And she's gonna just, like, leave into her hands.
Yeah, I don't like talking either.
I think that's the most important person I've ever talked to in my life.
Thanks.
Spinthrift is a loyalist.
Thought we were friends.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like you, Alakarr.
Oh, can I sense motive?
Oh,
Go
oh
on through
geez.
your
While these two, while these two are doing this,
sense motive.
so back in the mayor's office, Gizmark just kind of throwing up his hands. He's like, "Listen, Mayor, I don't know what you want me to do. It seems like our hands are kind of tied." Oh jeez.
I am genuinely more afraid of you than anything else.
I like you. I'm scared.
That is so funny.
So yeah, Gizmark's just like basically telling me like, listen, I know it sucks, but what do you want us to do?
Yeah.
There are probably 500 guns out there already, more on the way. Like we're 5 people.
We're not going to start war for you.
Listen, I don't need a war. Maybe. Can you go get Lenny? And Gizmark's eyes just kind of get wide.
Who is Lenny?
And before the mayor can answer, Gizmark just turns. Lenny is a goddamn psychopath.
Okay. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that we can't accomplish something. What makes him so crazy?
I mean, we could go on for a while. There's the time he sued the church. There's the time he sued the other church. There's the time he sued, like, oh my gosh. I mean, he sued everybody in this town twice. Unless he sued you 3 times.
That is all he
I
does?
can't-
He just sues people?
He's good at it too, damn it. You know how much I had to pay because my grass was 1 inch too long?
Oh,
It was a
it's
tripping
like a
hazard.
remember.
Is that why the front of your building is only dirt?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
We finally convinced him to leave. He just went to some shack out in the desert somewhere, and we all washed our hands of him.
Well,
I don't even know if he's still alive.
there's only one way to find out. And if Mr. 4 Law Degrees can't figure out how to get the soldiers out of the town, suppose we need the other guy who is really good at suing people. Perhaps he'll sue each of the soldiers individually for not having their buttons shiny enough.
There's one other problem.
Yes?
You know what a doomsday prepper is?
I honestly have no idea what that is.
Okay. Well, Winnie, for some time now, has thought that the government's out to get him. Rightly so. Everybody's out to get him.
Well, kind of
So,
sounds like
he-
a jerk.
His response to being an absolute asshole is to have a master plan for barricading himself into who knows whatever godforsaken hole once the Earth decides that it wants to stop spinning, or once everybody on it decides they want to kill him bad enough to actually go for it. He's probably got traps set up that we've never even seen or heard of before.
Well, the small one is good with mechanics, and I don't know, perhaps this, Kerrek, I'm not exactly sure how you want me to refer to you. Person seems like a presumption, and rat seems a little rude.
Tailor was fine.
Tailor. Other than that.
I thought you preferred clothier.
Seamstress.
Seems.
Okay, well, the little one and the seamstress, Okay, at least the little one is good with mechanical things. I'm sure that she would be able to find the traps. And perhaps our mysterious friend here, the seamstress, will have
Seems just
skills
probably
that
going
might
to
help. Might help.
Okay,
Look,
there's
look,
one other problem I can think of.
You seem to be finding a lot of problems lately.
Can Spinny and
It is-
Alakarr walk back in?
Generally more helpful in group to make solutions instead of problems.
Fine, I've got the perfect solution to this problem.
That's more likely.
How about we let Lenny go starve to death in his crazy hole?
Well, but dead people are not very good at suing. Which is why there's not a whole lot of suing in Korok. Usually you settle things with fighting. Then the person is not alive to sue you anymore.
Alright. We'll find Lenny.
Can we walk in now?
Yeah, go for it.
Spinny and I walk in.
Ah, Spinthrift. Do you have any experience disarming traps?
Honestly, not my forte.
Ah, I'm sure you'll be fine. You're quite
Better
clever.
question. Do you have any experience disarming asshole lawyers?
No, that would be one of my cousin branches, the spring whistles.
Spinthrift, I know that you are new to this land from the Gladelands. That is what we call a rhetorical question. It is one that is asked where they don't expect a response.
That's usually how I take questions in my life. All questions are rhetorical questions.
Good to know.
If you ever feel confused, you just ask me. I will tell you if it is rhetorical or not.
Okay.
It's been a big day for Spinthrift. She's learned about
Also,
rhetorical
the
questions.
fact
She
that it's
talked
just
to
not
a
like
general.
broken the culture
She
of this
shot a
town.
bunch of people.
And now she's grappling with the fact that it's not built in the culture of this area to just immediately support their rulers' forces. Like, yeah, you charge them an arm and a leg for quality gear, but if they fucking want to stay in your house, they stay in your house.
Alright. Yeah, so that seems to be the course of action that everybody's reluctantly advocating for, is finding this Lenny guy.
Let's go.
Dig
I
him out of the
actually
sand.
have a alternative thought process.
Oh.
A large part of your problem is that they are in the town proper. Would it not solve the problem to help fund their operations for them to build a separate base of operations nearby, so that their presence can continue to fuel the latent economy of Leatherby, but they are far enough away that they are not ingrained into the socio-political area as tightly as you fear they would be if they were based out of Leatherby entirely.
And you see a little sparkle come into the mayor's eye. You know, we do have that new gun factory.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, they just put it in a couple weeks ago. Huh. You think they do contract work? Like, you think they pay for...
Well, I mean, I don't know who built the factory, but whose factory is that?
Let me look it up.
Well, it seems like the Winterwhistles are craftsmen and not manufactory
No.
magnates.
We primarily do, or at least my clan primarily does custom jobs. But we do have a section of our clan that does prototyping for mass production. But the mass production is still overseen and quality checked by master artisans.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a. Oh man, I know I have it down here somewhere. It's one of the big manufacturing companies.
Okay, so it's not like a gunsmithing consortium.
No, it's a mass production factory.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, you got them all
Like
excited.
those dirty Zephnefflers.
Can I look through my Rolodex for anyone named Lenny?
That's what I was about to ask.
Lenny. Yeah,
Alakarr,
you can look through it.
Is Lenny in your Rolodex?
Let me check. Oh wait, was that rhetorical?
No, Alakarr.
Mine was. There, Spinny. That's how you do it.
No, that is sarcasm. That is totally different. We can talk about that later. We should probably paste the
lessons.
Probably paste the social interaction lessons.
Aren't all rhetorical questions sarcastic though?
Is that a rhetorical question?
Yeah, that's actually a really good.
That was
It is
good.
a rhetorical question.
Come to think of it, asking someone if it is a rhetorical question is also sarcastic.
And it's a rhetorical question.
It can be, yeah. Alright. So you find
Spinny's
in the
just
Rolodex.
lost.
You find who you think must be Lenny. He's in there, and his name's crossed out like 18 times. And then there's a nice little picture of like a stick figure man being shot with arrows.
God, arrows. Who uses arrows anymore?
Does
Oh,
it say
this Rolodex is quite old. Oh, sorry.
mine?
You're right. Your social outreach, it's your job.
Does it say where he lives? Or lived?
Don't let me micromanage you.
It actually does have it has an address.
We're gonna go here, guys.
What
All
does
right.
the address say?
What?
What's the address?
What is the address?
It takes a minute to decipher, but eventually you discover that it's just coordinates.
Ah, anybody know numbers?
I immediately look at Spinthrift.
I technically have no ranks. Oh, I have one rank in knowledge geography.
Hold on, do I?
You know, just like.
So
I have a geography too.
Before I forget,
Oh no, you don't. You
Gizmark is gonna grab something out of his bag for Kerrek.
No, I don't then.
And so he just kind of looks at you. He says, "Listen, we have a couple positions open. You could be the personnel, but you've got your own staff to manage. And honestly, Peg can do that just fine. How do you feel about marketing?"
Marketing sounds fantastic.
All right, he takes out a very, very seductive three-pointed hat.
I'm sure it's just the shittiest quality compared to anything
Yeah.
Kerrek would make.
Yep, you are absolutely disgusted by the fact that you have to put this on your head.
I first off, don't. Do I have to wear this?
I mean, if you do, well, okay, outside of game, if you pass a successful diplomacy check, you get to move the target one step further along the thing than you normally would.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So make a diplomacy check?
No.
Oh.
if when you make a diplomacy check, if you're wearing the hat,
Oh,
they're like more convinced.
So like,
is there a way I could like stitch this up to make it higher quality without interfering with the enchantment?
That's
You could probably swing that.
All right,
So
That seems like something you've done before.
I have a rank in craft clothing, so
So,
so cool.
like, it's like if you were diplomacy check on an enemy that's hostile, normally if you are successful, it would move it to neutral. But with this hat, it moves like more to friendly.
It would move it up.
Yeah.
to friendly.
okay.
Yeah, because there's it's a spectrum.
Yeah.
It's a
How fucking
continuum.
much they hate you.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. It's how many nice things you have to say to placate them.
I'll put it on to humor Gizmark.
Is that a diplomacy check in and of itself?
And he,
Yes.
saying, like,
Is that
I mean, entirely bluntly, like, this looks like he gives you that look like a guy who has absolutely no fashion sense. He's like, it looks pretty nice, doesn't it? It suits you. Imagine
I don't need a mirror to know that that's a lie.
Burn.
You cut deep, Kerrek.
Funny. Because Spinthrift probably has the worst fashion sense of everyone. She's wearing leather, denim, and cotton. Just the worst combinations.
She has simultaneously the worst fashion sense and probably the worst like horse riding rash.
Does the hat even fit my head, considering like I have tall ears?
Oh, they took up in there.
I mean, it's
What if I still want to be able to hear?
So I'm sure it's big enough.
Yeah, it goes over the eyes a little bit.
Oh gosh.
I mean,
Sorry, man. I thought this was gonna be for someone not our size.
that's not even factoring in the hat's probably built for someone humanoid head and not a.
Yeah, a rat head. So it's probably really like it's
Yeah.
too oblong. Your head is too oblong for it.
I'll definitely have to tinker with it a bit.
Yeah. Feel free. Feel free.
So are we gonna go see this Lenny?
Yeah, but I think we're gonna do it next time because I gotta get up in the morning.
Well, we all have to get up in the morning.
Not necessarily. You could get up in the
Except
afternoon.
for the dead guy that's stuck under my desk.
That's true.
But I'm gonna make him get up in the morning.
Oh, this was out of character. Tough talking.
Oh, I understand. It was
And
recorded.
Jordan talking. Ugh.
What
We're
should we
having to
call
do-
ourselves? We need to call ourselves.
I think we're just the Gizmark Expedition Company.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. Well, good night, everybody.
Alright.
Alrighty.
Adventure.
See you next time.
Nice to meet you,
Yeah.
Noah.
Nice to meet
Good to
you.
meet you all.
That was fun. Can't wait to see what mischief gets into.
Oh yes.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.
Yeah.
See ya.